Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today, June 30th, is National Meteor Watch Day, or National Meteor Day for most people. So, this is a great energetic time to kind of head out. Usually during the summer, we have these most amazing cloudless skies, which allow us to kind of get a good look at the meteors that are falling down. And actually, meteors hit the earth all the time. Usually, they don't come down. Usually, they will hit and ricochet back off into space, or sometimes like they hit and they are so small and they break up before we ever get to see them. But most meteors in the northern hemisphere come from the Perseus constellation. So most of them are called the Perseidians. And so it's like we get a lot of them from that area, and you'll see them streak across the sky. One of the things I think is really interesting is that usually they break up or they're most visible before they completely break up between 34 and 70 miles above our heads. So they're kind of far out there, but we can actually sometimes see them streaking across. During a meteor shower, you're more likely to see them, but they hit the earth all the time. And so it's kind of really interesting. I think the interesting part is kind of like their tail, or when they come in and they streak, and usually it's only for a second or two that you get to see them before they disappear, have different composites of metals or elements in them, and what color it is will tell you what element is in it. So kind of if you're seeing one that has like an orange or a yellow tail on it, that's usually sodium. Pure yellow is iron, and then blue green is more copper. Purple is potassium, and red is silicate. And so this is a great time to go out if you're in an area that doesn't have a lot of cloud cover right now. I know in Houston we've had on and off rain for weeks, and so this is maybe not a great time to go see it, but this is a great time to make a plan to go see it. The other thing you can do to celebrate this time, this meteor day, is to take time to go to an observatory. Usually observatories, because they're out where there's really no light pollution from street lights or houses or anything like that, you get this really great view of the world in general. And sometimes while we're out there, we have actually seen meteors come in, so that's really a fun thing. One of the things I think is really interesting is in the last several months, I've heard a lot of people talking about different meteors to wear as necklaces. And so there's several of them that people have come and asked me about, or asked, should I get this or should I not? Should I wear this? Should I not? So one of the things is it's really interesting to know like where the meteor has come from and what energy it has picked up on from that area. So a lot of them, so the one I've been asked most about lately is moldavite. And moldavite, I know there's like a million videos out there about moldavite and what energy does it come in at. Meteors, because they're kind of taken off from other planets, or where two planets slam together, and this is kind of like the offshooting of it. Meteors will usually help you release things that are like holding you down or holding you back. And then it also can pick up any energy from where it was taken from. So one of the ones that I like better than moldavite, I think it's a little bit easier. Moldavite can be very strong and be overwhelming for a lot of people to wear. Libyan glass as a stone is really a great meteor to wear. It's not as strong as a moldavite, but it's a little bit easier to, like I said, to handle. And because it's picking up a lot of Libyan glass, when the meteor came in, it melted the sand and it turned it into glass. So you've got like the meteor and you've got the sand. So you've kind of like a little bit easier energy to deal with, because you've got this releasing energy from the meteor, but then you've got this grounding energy from the sand. And Libya in certain areas have like really, really good energy in there, because it's like people are grounded to the earth. People kind of know who they are. There's a lot of family energy there. So that kind of makes you feel grounded and more protected in a lot of different ways. But meteors come into the earth all the time. They are very highly prized. They're very, very valuable. When you buy moldavite or Libyan glass, they can be very expensive to use or to have. And what I've heard from of the sources that I was using to get Libyan or moldavite for several of my clients, there's not much that they can certify that came from that meteor. So that's kind of makes it like there's only so much of it out there, and so once it's gone unless you buy it from secondhand from someone else. So the same thing with the living glass. It is rising in prices as people are finding out about the meteors. But it's just like any other stone. Any stone that you use can bring in different energy to you. So even if you're wearing, like me, these are just chakra colors, you can find other stones that will help keep you protected or help amp up your energy or motivate you in some way. So there's a million different stones, and I'm planning on doing a couple of videos about a couple of stones. I love doing videos on stone because I love them. I wear stones all the time to help keep me protected and help to amp my energy up. But let's pull a couple of angel cards and get us a little bit more deeper insight into National Meteor Watch Day. This is the first, actually, they want me to pull this one first and then that one. Surrender and release. This is really what meteor energy brings into us, is kind of like the surrender, like letting it go. When a meteor's falling, it just falls. Or wherever it goes, like if it ricochets off the Earth's atmosphere, it just goes on. It's not like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to go here. So that's kind of that energy comes in with meteor stones, and that can help us relax and release things. And then they do have a very like amplified release. So things that are not working in your life will kind of just fall away or push away. The next one is miracles. A lot of people will say that the Moldavite has helped them get rid of people that they didn't think they could get rid of, or brought in a lot of miracles into their life. And a lot of times it's their energy mixing with the Moldavite. It's not just the Moldavite itself. You have to be open to it. Otherwise, you're not allowing that to come in. And that can be a little bit stronger if you're ready for that to go. Playfulness. Meteors are kind of just wherever you take them, they're going to be happy there. And so it's kind of like got this very playful energy. If they land on Earth, great, they land on Earth. And if they don't, that's okay too. They'll go somewhere else. And that's a really fun part about seeing a meteor showers. It's one of those, when I was a kid, I was probably 13 or 14 years of age. And my dad took me to Zapata Lake. I grew up in the valley, so it was one of those, I had a great time, and we went fishing all day. And then when we kind of went back to our campsite for the evening, it happened to be the night of a meteor shower. And it was absolutely exquisite to see all of these meteors, you know, streaking across the sky in different colors. And like I said, I already told you what the colors are about, but it was like just to see these beautiful colors like streaking across the sky and coming in for a landing. And I think that was just really one of my favorite memories as a child, is to go and see that. I don't think either one of us knew it was a meteor shower that night, but we just had the greatest time, kind of like just laying out on the ground on a blanket and just watching the meteors fly past us. So much fun, so much energy, and it was just exciting for us to go through that together. And I think that's the best part about watching meteors. We bring a lot of other people with us. So if you love to watch meteors, make sure that you make plans. June 30th is our day, but you could also do it at any time. Anytime there's a cloudless sky, it's a great time to go out, but make sure you're not getting near any light pollution. The further away you are from lights, street lights, any of that makes it a little bit easier to see them. And it's really, really fun to just watch them. It's almost like a magical show. I thank you for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.